What's up? Welcome to episode 2 of the Apartment K podcast.
This is Tagon.
This is Sidy.
And we are going to talk about kind of our fitness journey and what we're going to do for at least the next 2 months. And I feel like this fitness journey, or at least what we've been trying to do, is another long time coming type of thing. We're going to be trying to attempt the 75 days hard, which we're still going to do 75 days. And what's, I'm sure people have heard of it, but kind of what the rules are is you have to follow a diet. You have to work out twice a day, one outside for 45 minutes, one inside. You have to read 10 pages a day. You have to drink a gallon of water. What else am I missing?
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited for it. I think the easy part is going to be the workouts and the diet.
I think that's going to be the hard part for me.
I think the hard part is going to be the water.
You think so? I feel like you drink so much water.
I do, but a gallon's hard. Like, I've tried to do it before. Like, I get, like, maybe, like, 3/4 of the way, and it's like, fuck, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to do.
That's true. And I guess the reason why I'm trying to do this, specifically this hard journey, is, I mean, we talk about this a lot. I feel like most of my life, let me just say the last like 5-10 years, I've been kind of allowing myself to just live life easily, in that I've been kind of consuming alcohol, and I've been like not partying that much, but just not eating as well as I should, and smoking. And I just want to do something hard for at least a couple of months, knowing that, I don't know, my life has been fairly easy for however thousands of days. So I think 2 months of hard shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
But it will be hard.
But that's the point,
or
right?
Would it be 75 days hard?
What I mean is I'm excited for it.
Yeah. I'm excited for it too. I think especially since we're talking about it like on here, it'll kind of keep us more accountable, because this isn't the first time we've tried to do like,
this is not my first rodeo.
yeah, or even if it's just something like, you know, not drinking for a month, like we always fall short.
Right.
A week or two, you know, so.
And it's funny you say it's not like our first time, like just going back to like the diet culture and dieting. I feel like I've been dieting since I can remember, because I grew up in a household of a lot of women, and I grew up with my aunt and my grandmother. So my first memory of just life stuff would be like food and like fitness and like being skinny and like not so healthy. Funny enough, it was just more so being skinny. So I think my goal now is to be, obviously I want to be thinner, like to be in a healthy weight, but I want to be healthy. I don't want to crash diet, which was always my go-to. I've tried the Slim Fast. I've tried like you know, I really did.
Skinny tea.
You know, like I've tried everything. I've tried, which some of it did work. Yeah. I've tried cutting out mainly sugar and carbs, which worked for me in high school. I lost a ton of weight, and I swam as well. I was very active. I lost like 40 to 50 pounds. Wasn't healthy, and I gained it all back. Again, and even before we went to Hawaii, I lost 15 to 20 pounds. Gained it back like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the cool thing about this like challenge or whatever is the fact that the whole goal is to be consistent.
Oh my god.
For the 75 days, where I feel like usually the diet, the goal is like to lose the weight.
Exactly.
And for me at least, I feel like the consistency is the missing key. Like that's why, you know, like at least for me, like I haven't lost the weight that I want. Like I feel like I've gained muscle, but it's just muscle that I lost from not working out for so many years. But like losing the weight, like getting back to like my personal body goal, it's just, you know, again, it's like you do it for 2 weeks and then you fuck off for like a month.
Exactly.
Like, it's the consistency where it's like if you had just kept going for that month, that extra month, who knows how much further you would be, you know? We
forgot to mention 2 important things. So if you fuck up, if you like, let's say you, another thing was no cheat meals, no alcohol. If you drink or fuck up anyway, you start over. That's kind of the hard aspect of it.
Yeah.
So literally you could be at day 69 and you drink like a shot, you have to start step 1 or day 1.
Right, exactly. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you're being penalized for not
Exactly.
being consistent versus like,
Exactly.
oh, like I just didn't lose the weight, like whatever.
Exactly. So I do like that aspect because I'm a very much like, I like a routine, more of a regimen, you know. I like to be like, you should do this, and I like the fact that, I guess, let me go back a little. Another aspect of it is you have to follow a diet. They loosely say diet. What the diet I'm going to be following is an anti-inflammatory diet. Again, this has a lot of like thought behind it because I tend to eat very shitty, as you know. I'm
aware.
huge like sweets, desserts,
Bread.
hot Cheetos, red dye number 2, yellow dye number 5, like bread. Those are all my vices. Like the worst
Basically
food
all the shit that makes you like fucking
yeah,
fat
and like unhealthy. I love all of it. So my diet is anti-inflammatory, meaning I'm gonna cut out red meat. I'm gonna cut out. It's gonna be freaking hard.
I think like butter. You can't do butter.
Butter. I mean,
No processed foods.
Exactly, no processed foods.
I don't think butter's that big of a deal though, because like people cook with butter. You're not just eating
exactly,
butter.
and I heard butter's not that bad for you, opposed to the oils. I'm also going to be cutting out sugar. Again, is a huge thing for me. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but your girl's got acne, so I think that's gonna help as well. What's your like diet? What are you thinking?
I'm probably just gonna do like a loose low carb / paleo diet, which is what that's what I usually fucking eat in general, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I had the perfect kitchen,
Right.
it would just be like protein and like vegetables and shit. Like I'm not a huge rice person. Like
Unlike me.
like bread's cool or whatever, but like I don't need it, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, I feel like generally speaking when I cook for myself it is pretty just protein.
And I'm the opposit of that. I feel like I make
vegetables.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even when we make like kimchi soup, like you're always like, "Where's the rice?"
I'm Asian. Like, hello.
Yeah.
Like we eat fried rice with like white rice. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
crazy. Fried rice with a
okay,
side
maybe
of white
not
rice.
that, but like you eat
Put it
like
on a baguette
noodles.
too while you're at it.
Like you eat noodles with rice. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you eat soup with rice. Like rice is just a huge staple in my community.
I feel it, but
I'm excited. So I'm cutting out rice, but what I am allowing myself to eat is ancient grays because that's what the shit that are like ancestors. That's what like our tummies can process.
like wild rice and shit like
Exactly, wild rice, do not know if that's an ancient grain. I'll do my research.
that. Move it back a little.
Huh?
Move it closer.
Quinoa and all of that good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
What do you think? So today, I guess we didn't work. Well, we walked and you went to work.
Yeah, I had
guess you can count.
20K steps. So I feel like we did it.
Yeah, I hit 10.
I have to read a book tonight. They say you have until you fall asleep. So I'm probably going to like read a book
Just
before I
gonna
fall
read 10
asleep.
pages.
Yeah, I'm
For
so
sure.
serious. Yeah. Because there's a lot of like little rules to it, but you can do audiobooks. But because CD loves audiobooks, he's going to adhere to
doing
audiobooks.
audiobooks.
I'm not doing audiobooks because I hate audiobooks.
But it makes more sense I mean, like 10 pages isn't a lot. So if I listen to like an hour of an audiobook a day,
That's
like
probably-
that's more than fucking 10
That's
pages.
way more. Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I'll get more out of an audiobook than if I sit down and read a
Yeah,
physical book.
exactly. Which I already have a book, but tomorrow I'm gonna be at the library and I'm gonna get a book. So
Yeah.
accountability, and to all the listeners out there, whoever wants to join this with us, let us know. Hit your
Yeah.
girl up. We would love to
We'll be
have
your
more people.
accountability buddies.
Totally, and we can make it like a virtual whatever online thing. Like I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And then how I see it is it's just 75 days out of 365 days, you know? Like I've wasted like a lot of days
Yeah.
just doing nothing, and I'm like, I don't know, for once weirdly I'm really like excited and motivated about it. But I think like this new year alone, I just been kind of fucking off.
I feel like we're both kind of at a place where we want like changes for the better.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
I can speak for myself when I say like I've been just kind of like evaluating my habits and shit like that, and just cutting out things that I feel like aren't progressing me
Totally.
and replacing them with things that like hopefully will help me grow.
Right, totally.
That's kind of the mindset I have like going into it, like just focusing on like positive shit, like things that are gonna benefit my health. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Exactly.
Things that are gonna benefit like my brain and my mindset and shit like that. Like learning something new or whatever.
That's interesting you say that, because kind of going to what I was saying, like I want to do stuff that's challenging, because I feel like I haven't really challenged myself in like since kind of college, you know, like I feel like once you like graduate from school and like when you don't have like you're not a doctor or a lawyer, at least for me, like I feel like I'm just kind of like letting the days go by, you know? Like before my job right now, I was just working as at a deli. I was just doing kind of bullshit jobs. So I don't know, like I don't know. I feel like I like that I'm doing this something for me. I think it means a lot.
I agree, especially because like when you're like having a job, unless that job in particular is like super challenging, it's hard to like really learn. Like you kind of just get in the groove of it.
Exactly.
It's like you're just doing your job. You're making
Exactly.
You're making the money or whatever.
And I think that's funny that you say that. I think that's why I like my current job right now. I feel like I feel challenged. Like every day, it's like, even if something goes wrong, I like the fact that I can be like, well, today went wrong, but how can I make tomorrow better? You know? And I don't know. It's just so funny. Like just to go into it a little bit more. I don't know what it is about hitting 28. I'm 28 right now, and I didn't feel this way even last year. And it probably has to do with my prefrontal cortex developing, like, and I know a mature person doesn't say they are maturing, but I just don't feel like the same Tagon I was literally this, like a year ago this day, you know?
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I mean, don't know, I'm proud about that.
I feel like just knowing you for like the last 8 years or whatever, you've definitely changed.
Right. But yeah, exactly. And I feel like change kind of sounds harsh. I feel like I'm still me, but
You've matured.
I've matured. I've like polished like the rough, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's kind of dope like seeing that in myself as well, because obviously I've been with myself forever.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of cool too about the challenge. Is like you're in a very small amount of time. You're kind of like
forcing yourself to, you know.
You're like rediscover. It's like, can I do it?
Exactly.
Like, do I have what it takes to do this specific challenge?
Because we can easily just give up tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Or just never do anything.
Never do it. Just talk all this shit.
You can literally just never change ever and be.
But then I'll just be like this and like just regress, you know. And I think you've changed as well, like for the better.
I think so.
Like I think you've matured, you know.
Yeah, I used to be a little shit.
I think we both were. I don't know. And I feel like.
But I also think that's what it means to be young. Like when like from a teenager into like your early 20s, mid 20s, whatever.
Right.
Like you're really kind of trying to figure out who you want to be, you know.
Totally.
And you're trying shit. Like it's literally like. It's like learning how to walk. Like you're falling down a bunch. You're like, oh, okay, don't put my foot there. Like, you know what I mean? But only on a social level, or like as a person.
Totally. And it's funny you say that, like learning how to walk, like post college, like, because I just post college, I didn't really have shit going on. I was like, I graduated, I did it, you know? And then I just went back home and like I worked as a server. So, and then I just saw people doing such great things, you know? A lot of people working in tech, a lot of people were, because my major was political science, so a lot of people were working in like politics, and like I felt like a loser, you know.
Yeah, it sucks seeing your peers like do stuff.
Exactly.
Especially with social media. It's like I know people who didn't even go to college and they have like amazing lives. They're traveling and shit. They have like careers and like random stuff like sales and fucking. I'm just like, bro, like I know. I don't know. Like,
and then it's funny again, with the maturing and like just the current job I'm at, it kind of makes me realize like I'm kind of glad that I didn't discover it in college, because I don't think I wasn't mature enough to realize what I did want to do. I mean, my whole goal and like, you know, this in life is to kind of help people, but on like a on a political level, I really want to work in like policy making.
What about the money? What about the bitches?
I'm never about money. So at a very young age, I always wanted to help people, but as a very broad. But again, being at this job and just like living the life I've led, now I'm like, I kind of know at least what's the word? Like the pipeline, the trajectory that I'm going to go towards. And it's so amazing to finally say that, because I'm telling you,
But
Yeah.
I'm like a firm believer in like everything happens
Exactly.
when it's supposed to.
Exactly.
And I feel like you had to go through all the other bullshit
Of course.
to get here. Because I remember even when you worked at fucking Hang 10 and like you didn't.
Shouldn't say.
I mean, no, she used to work at Hang 10.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
doesn't matter.
But like you were, I remember you were like on the fence about whether you should leave or not.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like,
I was so comfortable there.
Yeah, but you're also like, I don't know, like, would you say you're unhappy? Or were you just like over it?
So, I mean, I think it was like more internal shit as well. But yeah, I was just over it, and like I think I grew it.
Yeah.
I thought
So,
I grew it.
but my point was like, I remember like encouraging you to like fucking quit.
Yeah, exactly.
If you had never done that,
Exactly.
you would have never gotten the fucking other job, which led you
Exactly.
to this job. Like, you know what I mean? So
It's
it's like
all of that.
you kind of have to like go through those rough patches, but also be able to like get out of them in order to get to where you are now, you know?
Exactly.
And I think it's dangerous, like people who either they never try or they get stuck in a comfortable situation.
Exactly.
Like both are very.
And it's funny you
very
say
dangerous.
that, like, and you know this. I'm 100% like I hate change. Like
I don't like change.
Seriously, like I'm so.
She hated Obama.
I love Obama. Are you joking? Do not even joke about that. If Obama, you're listening, I'm a huge fan.
Was this campaign change or hope? It was change, right?
It was change.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, did I just misjoke?
I'm sure he talks about hope as well.
Yeah.
I love him. Anyways, what was I saying?
You're saying you hate change.
Yeah, exactly.
And Obama's a nigger.
You should not say stuff. I'm so serious.
I'm black. It's cool.
Anyways, I like to be very politically correct. And like
I don't.
certain things I don't think should be said. But yeah, like that's coming from someone who does not like change. But I think like where I am at with my life right now, like I'm ready for it, if that makes sense. I'm ready to like change and be a better person.
Change is good, man.
Change is good. Change is change.
They say what every 7 years you're a completely different person.
And it's been like about 7 exactly since college, and I don't think I was the same Sigan I was in college. I don't even think I was, like I said earlier, the same Sigan I was a year ago. It's funny because I've had friends be like, "You're not who you were before," and I'm kind of like, "I hope I'm not." You know, why would I want to be the same?
I would fucking hope not.
But I do know a lot of people who are still the same.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, even just my parents, and I know it's because they're older. They're just so like they are the same people they were.
People get stuck though, man. I feel like,
and that's my biggest fear.
that's
you know.
Tell me about it.
Like
But,
I can't. I
like
know,
how like what do you, because that's such an internal thing to be like, I need something else, like I need something different to happen, something new.
Some people don't even realize that they need that.
Yeah,
because
until they
so
look
stuck.
up and they're fucking like 60 years old.
That's not my biggest fear. I have a lot of other fears, but that is one of my fears. Yeah. Like my biggest fear is like losing like my family and like stuff like that and like whatever. But yeah, but I do think that's a big like thing I do think about on the daily. Like,
do you think about losing your family a lot?
Oh yes, but I've lost a lot of family members. Sadly. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we all have, but I remember when I was a kid, like my biggest fear was like death. Mm-hmm. But then after I internalized what death was, it was like losing like my mom, right? Mm-hmm. And like sometimes like I'll literally like I got over it, but like I'll literally lay in bed at night and like think about the day. Like one day she's gonna be like really old, and like I'll have to be there for her and all that stuff and shit like that. Like it used to really bother me, but I think as I've gotten older, like obviously it's a part of life. Like,
of course,
that's how it's gonna be.
Of course.
But then it makes me wonder, like when I have kids, they're gonna go through that too.
So for me, it's not necessarily like I'm gonna lose them and they're gonna die. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of like getting a little bit more deeper. For me, it's because I know the life my mother has led, and I know that's not the life she wanted to lead. Like she's unhappy with her life. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think that's why, like, if she dies like today, or like if she dies like in the state that she's in right now, like that would like break my heart because she didn't get to truly be herself because she had to move here. She had to like take care of us. She didn't.
I'll say this though. Maybe it's not the perfect life, but I feel like where she is now is such an accomplishment. Like she did come to this country. She had 2 kids. She created a life.
She doesn't see it like that, sadly.
She doesn't see
no,
it.
She doesn't. She doesn't think she's accomplished any. Which
I think that's a pretty huge accomplishment.
I think so too. Like she's put her sisters through. Like my mom's a badass. Yeah, totally. And I think she's accomplished a lot. But she doesn't think so, and that's what.
It's not too late.
It's not too late.
Like if there's something like very like I don't know near and dear to her heart that she wanted to go out and do, like she can.
Right.
Like it's gonna take work. It might take a couple years or time or whatever, depending on the goal. But
Totally.
it's, I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's not over yet.
It's not over yet, but, and I know we talk about this a lot as well, like, when you're an immigrant specifically, like, you're in, I don't want to like say an illegal immigrant, but like if you're an immigrant and like you come a certain way and all you know is to survive, it's kind of hard to, like, your dreams are for your children. You don't think about your dreams for you. Like, my mom always says, like, my life is over, you know, even though she's like 50. She's like,
your mom's a little bit dramatic.
She's, oh my god,
like
100%. That's where I get it from. But she truly means it, sadly. Like, she thinks like for her to be happy, it's for us to be happy. It's truly like, it breaks my heart, you know, because I'm like, you shouldn't live yourself for anyone. I know she loves us.
Wait until you have kids, though. I feel like you say that, but if you had kids, you would be like, because that's how I feel now. Like,
and that's why I don't want to have kids, yeah, because I still want to live for myself.
But that's what I was gonna say is, like, even now without having kids, I feel like I'm doing all this shit for the kid I will one day have. Like, I'm living my life to not be a loser. And, like,
you forget
have stuff.
I'm doing all this shit so I can like bring up my family. Like,
but that's gonna happen by default. Like,
yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
True.
Like, if you go up, like, obviously they're gonna come with
That's
you, or
true.
like you're
That's
gonna be
true.
able to put them in situations.
Yeah.
But then what happens after that? Like, you're gonna want kids and
That's
shit
true,
to
yeah.
like give them the opportunity to do some awesome shit too. You know?
I mean, I guess, or you know, just the community. It doesn't have to be like
Man,
your kids.
Fuck the community, bro.
I'm a very like for the greater good of it.
Fuck the greater good. My greater good is contributing my amazing children, and they can go out and be a part of that community that you want to help so bad. I think if you want to help the community, you got to make people who are going to help the community. Like, if I just do a bunch of stuff to help the community and then I die, like, that's it. That's one person.
This goes back to our conversation we had prior to this when you were like, some people are just born bad or good. Doesn't matter if you have great parents.
Are you saying I'm bad? I'm born bad because
No, I'm just saying,
have kids?
like, we're good people. So what if we just have shitty kids because that's the genes they were born with? You don't know.
But you were like,
I
like,
think so.
It's fucking learned.
No, but I'm saying.
So if they're bad, it's because you fucked them up.
But what I'm saying, your whole point was inherently.
Now I'll be like, nope, you're right all along.
No, trust me, I don't think I would like make bad kids. I think I would raise great kids. I helped raise my brother. I think I would be great. That's a topic for next episode if everybody wants to listen. We'll talk about kids and why I'm so hesitant.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I do want to have kids. I think they're cute. I love kids, love babies, but to me, to have a kid I don't know, it's convoluted.
It's not just because, though.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have a kid just to be like, well, my genes should live on. Like, I don't really care for that.
Well, then don't look at it like that.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah.
Look at it like you're going to make the future leader of the fucking free world, and they're going to turn this
so much
shit.
Pressure.
Okay. Well, then don't. Well, then just stay childless and I guess fucking, I don't know, help the community or whatever.
No, I get you. And I think there's a balance to that because I do want, you know?
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at. And I think that's why I think I'm such a work in progress. I'm still learning, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't like to like take I like to take the gray area. I don't think anything is black and white. Like, I'm never going to be like, I want to have kids or no kids. Like, I don't know. Like,
sounds like you're just indecisive.
Exactly. I'm in the gray area. That's with everything, though. I don't think anyone's inherently bad or good, you know?
Okay.
I don't know. It's interesting.
I want kids.
I know. We know.
I want a bunch of little CDs running around causing mayhem.
Right.
And I'll be like, stop that. No mayhem.
No mayhem. I don't know. It's interesting. Kids are cool. They're cool.
Yeah.
You didn't have to raise a kid. You don't know how much work kids are.
I'm sure.
They are.
Nobody said it would be easy.
Of course.
It's going to be
and
18 years of hard.
I've been watching Blackish, and because of Rainbow Johnson, makes me want to have kids. She's on her 5th kid, and she talks about, I know it's obviously fictional, she talks about how beautiful pregnancy is, and she loves it. And, like, I've only read, obviously, the horror stories, and, like, when you're looking for that type of stuff, it just fuels you more, obviously. So, like, looking at the positive aspects, it could be a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and that sounds like a beautiful journey for you.
Exactly, because
pregnancy.
I'm a woman. It's just a lot to be a woman in this 21st century world.
I am woman, hear me roar.
Honestly, though, but I don't know. I feel
But
like
I feel like you say that now. Give it a couple of years, you might have a change of heart,
That's-
or not. But I
true.
also think you say that because you're not.
I'm not financially where I want to
Yeah.
be.
But also like even more than like. Like I feel like you have such high expectations for yourself in your
of
career,
course,
even besides the money.
of course.
That like I feel like if you're doing like exactly what you wanted to do, you wouldn't mind having kids.
Totally, totally. If I knew that I wouldn't interfere with my career, and I'd be okay with the pregnancy thing. Like after seeing, like, yeah.
Because I told
think
you
would
I'll be
okay.
a stay-at-home dad. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like I think honestly that would be pretty dope. Because like
I don't know about that. We'll hire
you
a
and your
nanny.
career,
I was like, we'll hire a
you
that,
and
I don't
you
want
can
no
go
man
have with your
at the
fucking
house
career.
while I'm
See?
working my ass
Look
off.
at this
Fuck
double
that.
standard.
I didn't tell you.
Would
I didn't say I want to be a stay-at-home mom. Fuck no. No. The fuck.
Well,
I
somebody
look
gotta
like.
stay at home. You trying to
My mom, a nanny.
Nah, nigga. Mwah.
I'm just saying. Like, I never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I know that's some people really want. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I do not need to be with a kid. That.
That's what's up though.
Yeah.
Because some
I
people
never
really
am.
bitch about that, like having to go back to work. I
Oh,
feel
of
like,
course.
but I feel like if you want
Of
to go
course.
back to your job, like you should.
Yeah, of course.
Like you know what I mean.
I know some people wait like 6 weeks. I'd be like, so can I get like clock in?
But also, you forget like we continue to move more into the future.
Exactly.
I wouldn't
of
be
course.
surprised if
And I just like my job. I think that's what it is.
like 2 years from now, you probably could just be like, well, like I'm on maternity leave, but you're really working from home.
Right, totally.
Like you're still getting shit done.
But see, that's why, like, and I always tell you this, I wish I can just, like, live, like, 4 different lives. I would, like, one version of me would love to stay at home and, like, be that mother. One version of me, this version of me would love to be a career woman. And you know what I mean?
This version, you're like the one right
Wait,
now.
no,
You're like another one would be the mom.
no, but I want to put those together.
Yeah.
But, like, or I wish another version of me could be, like, a surgeon. I wish another version of me could, I don't know, like, just do any, like, all of my passions, you know?
I
like,
mean,
you know, I love poetry.
They're
I wish,
doing all that research now on like extending the human life.
yeah.
So if they did, or like I guess it's like reverse aging. There's multiple shit going on, but so if you could go, well, obviously the answer is yes. But say you got an extra 100 years right from now, so you for sure
Would
will
I still
live.
look the same and not be wrinkly?
Let's say you age slower at a slower
Okay,
rate.
I'll
So when
take
you're
that.
60, you'll
Like the
still look
Colons?
30 or whatever the fuck.
Twilight reference?
When you're like 90, you'll look 60. You know.
Okay. I see some pretty hot 60-year-olds, so I'll take that.
But what I'm saying is like
Got
it's,
you.
it's
Yeah,
slower.
yeah.
You're still
Got
gonna
you.
age, but
So what's your question?
if you could get so like 130, you're probably gonna die.
Would I do different careers and stuff? That'd be
What would-
hard.
like how would you space it out?
That's a great question.
Because that's not
I don't know, because I can barely like live my life right now. I don't know. How would you space it out?
well,
I truly don't know.
like okay, I'm gonna be 30 this year, right? So let's assume I can accomplish.
Excuse me.
I feel like between 26 and my age now, I've accomplished like 90% of the shit that I
That's
kind of
great.
set my.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to get started, but once I did, like a lot of the shit that I wanted to do, it got there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I feel like if I continue on that trajectory, like in the next 10 years, I'll probably be financially steady. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or like at least have a like control of my own finances where it's
Yeah.
like I'm not necessarily, looking for a job or whatever. Like
Yeah.
like I'm good on that, right?
Right. I can see that.
So that's what 40 years old, right? From 40 to like 60, I would want to try and do like more philanthropy type shit. Like whether that's building communities or like like I want to do a bunch of shit in Africa, like something that's like using all.
Specifically like Senegal or like just
Yeah, I
African
would start with
countries?
Senegal for sure,
Yeah.
because that's like would you could start with Mongolia if you could, right?
Yeah.
You
Totally.
know, like you
totally.
want to like I would help where the fuck I'm from.
I thought I would start with America just because it's easier right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I
I
get what you
mean,
mean.
I don't know. I don't feel like there's much I can do in particular in America that would make as big of an impact
Then it would.
as
I
if
get
I
you.
did something in
Totally.
Senegal. You know what I mean?
Totally. I
But-
agree with that.
So that would like I would want to use whatever like wealth and influence to kind of like do that. And then so that's like 40 to 60, right? And assuming there's like kids sprinkled in during that time, the rest of the rest of the time, like from 60 to like 90 or whatever, the next like 30 years, I would just focus on like helping my kids accomplish their dreams, like in any way I can, like putting them in the position to do what I've done with my life, but like in their own way, you know?
Yeah.
And then after that, probably just like enjoy the last 30 years of my life on my space yacht.
Yeah. That's funny that that's funny that you would do one job, whereas my whole thought process is like, how many jobs can I fit into how many careers can I fit into
what I assume is that one job would be a bunch of different shit.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have one career. I would probably have like a business that has like 5 different branches or some shit like that. Sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Like I don't think I would necessarily focus on like one thing.
That makes sense. Like one version would be love to be like a designer, like fashion, and one version would love to be like a coder. I'm telling you.
Well, I guess
meant to be
like for me, like I don't have like a burning desire to like learn the guitar and be a rock star. Like I don't really give a shit.
Like I just have a burning desire to learn, which is like funny. I don't know where the fuck that even came from.
I don't know, man. You're just naturally curious.
I guess that's exactly what it is.
Which is a good trait to have.
I think
some people, boy.
But it's also annoying because I just be like, it's kind of hard to like hone it down to one thing, you know?
It's overwhelming for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. So, should we wrap this up?
I don't know. Do you have anything else to say? What's your workout routine gonna look like?
I think I'm gonna do.
Because you have to work out 5 days a week. Is that
every single day?
Every day?
It's every single day for 2 times a day. That's why it's hard, baby. Literally.
I don't know about that,
dude. You can't just pick and choose. You see?
I gotta read the rules because that's crazy.
We'll be going. We'll tell you. We'll probably do another podcast. What?
I don't know.
This week?
Next week, yeah.
I'm hoping like by this week. So we'll be a couple of days in. We will let you guys know how it's going, cause we gonna do it.
I just feel like I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a burnout pretty quick.
But that's the whole point.
It can't be like intense workouts then.
Well, that's the thing. It's not intense. Like it can be walk. Like I would count me working a shift as a workout.
Okay.
Dude, I hit 20K. Like he stay hating on my little shift.
Whatever.
Because I work. Let me just say, I work from home during the day and I work at night 4 times a week. Your girl is busy. I work 7 days a week.
So the days that you're not doing that, definitely gymming in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess walk at night.
Yeah.
But I also think that if we do something like Stinson,
that could be kind of like 2.
Yeah, a 4-hour fucking hike for sure. Oh, I guess we gotta wrap it up. The shit died.
All right. Well.
Anyways, it's been real. Thanks for listening. If you made it this far.
If you made it this far, comment pillows.
Pillows. Or just tell us pillows in person.
Yeah. If you say pillows, I'll know what you're talking. I'll give you a Skittles. I'm just kidding. I haven't even had Skittles in like years. I don't know why I said Skittles. But toodaloo.
Catch you on the next one. Peace.
How long